So, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me and my organization. I work as an environmentalist in the Spanish Ornithological Society, and this is a common myth in agriculture that you need to choose between biodiversity or making a profit, and I hope I will be able to debunk this myth. To clear that, I will use the project I have been working for the last 10 years, Olivares Vivos, as an example to prove that point. But to make agriculture work, we had to domesticate nature. This meant to choose the right plants to grow, the right animals to grow, but also to eliminate the competence to control the weeds and to control the animals that they were competing for our crops. So over the time, we turned ecosystems into agro-ecosystems. And this wasn't just about getting rid of competition, but also improving knowledge and improving technology to increase our harvest all along the way. But sometime about the mid-20th century, our technological advances give us a power to push out biodiversity that has never seen before. And sometimes we have used this power without enough responsibility. This has left many farms completely dependent on external inputs like fertilizers or the different kind of pesticides. So in our race for production, we have lost a lot of very important ecosystem services like pest control, water purification, pollination, etc. But there is a balance point. There is a balance point that we can meet thanks to the biodiversity, in which we can save inputs thanks to this balance point. And that means that biodiversity and meeting this balance point thanks to the biodiversity can help to cut costs and to boost biodiversity. So let's see how we are doing and how we are trying to meet this balance point in our project. We are implementing in demonstrative farms an agro-environmental scheme that is based in 3 key elements. We are managing herbaceous cover to protect the soil against erosion, very important, the soil, but also to establish the foundational base of the ecosystem. So we are restoring the non-productive areas of the farms so we can reintroduce natural vegetation and create habitats. And we are also installing different structures to support several species of fauna. This has led to an increase of 7% in the richness in those farms and an 18% in abundance after just 3 years of the implementation of this agro-environmental scheme. But not only this, the need of inputs has been reduced at 20%. So it's quite a lot. But there is another factor in this equation that sometimes is overlooked. And this is that products with environmental added value often sells a higher price and in more profitable markets. And this market is growing, and it's growing with increasing demand over 14% each year. So how we use this second way for profitability in our project? Through a certification. We put added value in our farmers' olive oil, thanks to this certification that guarantees the consumers that it comes from fields that have effectively restored biodiversity. And finally, all this consumer demand influence policy. And now governments are much more likely to support environmental and friendly production methods than before. And this is thanks to this consumers' demand. We can see this in the new Common Agricultural Policy that includes several environmental objectives. And to meet these objectives, a significant budget has been allocated, and this budget is tied to specific eco schemes. We use our data, but not only our data, as we have seen before, but our result, our experience to make recommendations that can better shape the agricultural policies, and this is our working way in this third way of profitability for farmers. So to conclude, biodiversity isn't just something nice to have, which it is, but it's a real opportunity for profitability and for sustainability. And there is at least these three different ways to get it. Using ecosystem services wisely, connecting producer with consumer that value these environmental friendly products, and pushing for public policies that support biodiversity and sustainable farming practices. So here you have some literature, mainly in our webpage. You can find a lot of reports and recommendations. And I hope I have put my small effort to debunk this myth. Biodiversity makes profit.
Thank you.